First, we begin with breaking news. Two children shot in separate shootings just miles apart in Detroit. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. Both cases involving unsecured guns. These tragedies on the rise since the start of this year. So here's what we know. First, a 13-year-old shot at a home on Justine Avenue on the east side. As police were there, another call about another child shot on Elmira.
7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson joins us live tonight. Jennifer Ann, you've been out there for the past couple hours. What have you found out?
Well, such a tragic and heartbreaking day, and unfortunately not the first day like it. In fact, here at WXYZ, we've covered at least a half a dozen cases since January 2021 in just the last couple of months where one child has been shot and believed to have been shot by another child accidentally. But today is the very first time I've been at two separate incidences just like that in one day, just hours apart. And the Detroit police captain that I was just speaking with telling me she understands that people want to own a gun to protect their home, but she says protecting the children who live in that home has to be a priority. Two kids shot in two separate incidents within a mile and just a few hours of each other. A 3-year-old on Elmira shot while playing with a gun.
It's still preliminary, but it looks like another child about somewhere around the same age, 3 or 4 years old as well.
A couple of children playing with a gun.
Correct. That is correct. That is the bottom line. Children playing with guns.
That child was alert when officers arrived. No adult was present. According to the preliminary investigation, just a 13-year-old relative who was in the home at the time. Just a mile and a half away on Justine, another child is currently in critical condition in the hospital. A 13-year-old boy was shot by his 10-year-old cousin accidentally when they were playing with a gun they found in the home.
There were children at home at some point, came across a weapon. I don't have any information in regards to whether it was out in the open or whether it was hidden. We don't know at this time, but somehow children playing with a gun and the victim was struck in the head.
In critical condition, struck in the head, that 13-year-old boy over on Justine. Right now we're live on Elmira, where the younger children, who are believed to be 3 or 4 years old, were playing with a gun, and the one child shot. We don't know the extent of those injuries just yet, but you were just seeing some of those flashing lights. We're staying back because family members have arrived, and they are right now in the midst of discussing things with police and investigators. Remember, this is all very preliminary, as these events just unfolded within the last handful of the hours. The most recent shooting right here around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we will stay on top of this incident as it's unfolding. And something else I do want to point out is that we had just covered just a little bit ago the Detroit police holding a press conference and event, letting everyone know they have free gun locks, no questions asked. You can pick them up at a precinct or at headquarters and the city of Southfield Police Department. They also are offering gun locks for free, no questions asked. And they are at this point begging that if you have got a gun and children in the home, that you can pick one up and use it. Reporting live here in Detroit, I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
Jennifer Ann, devastating, and not just for two families, but all of us feeling this afternoon. Let's hope they go get those locks if you need them. Thank you so much. We're going to bring now Detroit City Councilman James Tate in. Councilman Tate, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me, Glenda. Appreciate this opportunity. Sad day.
Sad day. I mean, you just hosted an event on gun safety after a string of accidental shootings involving children. Here we are again, two separate accidental shootings. Your reaction about what happened today and what must we do to keep kids safe?
Yeah, without knowing all the details, I just want to send my heartfelt condolences, prayers, and wishes to the family members of those young children who were injured today, and also the families who were involved, the so-called perpetrator. That's also important. When we had our town hall just a few weeks ago regarding this issue, we realized that there was pain on both sides. But one thing that we definitely recognize is that regardless of the pain, we as a community have to identify how do we get the message out to gun owners to secure their firearms. In the city of Detroit this year alone, 16 young people have been either self-inflicted or involved in some type of accidental shooting themselves. So these are kids finding guns and using them accidentally. but it's not. It's an accident, but it's definitely preventable. So this is the thing that bothers me. I mean, and keeps me up at night. How do we as a community wrap our arms around this issue, not just with words, but with solutions?
Thank you, James. We have to wrap our arms around gun safety. Safety first, because in the one case, that's one family. We're talking two cousins. So really, heartbreak all around. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Alan.